With the Michelin chef's stringent requirements very much in the news recently, the rather exclusive capital club Bahrain has been pretty active hosting Michelin chefs, along with little events such as mini TED Talk type things, as WhoDoesWhat.tv has covered. And here we speak with Danish Michelin chef Jonathan Berntsen, or as they might say, Jonathan Berntsen. And Danish Michelin chef is quite hard to say. But first of all, these events are free to members and guests. Why do it if it doesn't exactly make money for the club? Well, to answer that, I spoke with the club's general manager, Samit Jahingan.
We do this because we want to put Bahrain on a culinary world map. We started a journey a year ago. We've been very blessed to work with some top talent from around the world. But the best part of doing this is not to make money. We wanted to work with students, local students in Bahrain, the Bahraini students who are barely 18, 19, sometime 20-year-old, who come to us and work with us, spend time with chefs. Our goal is to have local talent, opening restaurants here with the support of Tamkeen, like Tamkeen has supported us, BIHR, which works along with us, Sheikh Khalid bin Hamoud, which is Tourism Authority CEO, supported us. We would love to see a lot more local talent go out and open restaurants here. We want to be a pioneer in doing this because we're adding a bit to the economy and shaping up the next generation of Bahrainis. That's my way, our way, my Capital Club team way of giving back to the business we love the most. Bahraini homegrown, opening a restaurant, taking on the likes of Zuma, La Petite Maison, or any restaurant for that matter around the world, and having full houses. When the chefs come in here, it encourages people, it encourages our members, because we don't open the doors to public. It's only exclusive for our members or member friends. There's nowhere in the region that anyone does this. We started off with the hottest cuisine in 2017, which was Peruvian cuisine with Jaime Pasake. Phenomenal success we had. And then from there on, we've been bringing chefs from different parts of the world, different regions. But our journey, the idea behind it is to expose the students here, the members here, and the chefs from outside world to a country called Kingdom of Bahrain. We started off with South America. We went to Asia. We went to Europe. We are in Nordic region at the moment. We want to go to North America and then even to Russia. To end the year. It's pretty simple. We listen to people, we listen to students, what they want, we are to our members and identify gaps, and we work with them.
Becoming a Michelin chef is no easy feat. More to the point, to maintain that status once awarded means standards must never drop. With only one restaurant in Copenhagen by the name of Klø and a take-it-or-leave-it menu, Michelin chef Jonathan first tells us of his somewhat brash approach.
There's only one menu with 7 courses. And you're not allowed to choose anything yourself. I'll choose everything. This is my food. I'm making my own food. I'm not making anybody else's food. And if I want to give you the right experience, who's better to choose what you're going to eat than me? With me deciding to do very few guests and then doing exactly what I want, because this way I can express myself in the way I really like. I don't have to go on compromise with anything. I don't have a guest taking one dish and who doesn't then get the full experience. The critics say it's inspired by the Mediterranean. Yes, it is. I was educated in France, so of course techniques are mostly French, and I use Spanish and Italian techniques as well. But no, it's very much my own. It's with a big twist, and always with. Everything is boiled down to essence. There don't have to be 50 elements on a plate. It can be only actually 3, if it's the right ones.
Is there anything Danish about it, apart from you?
No, not at all. The most Danish are, we do use a lot of very nice seafood and fish at Klø, and we have some of the best in Denmark, and I don't really like the thought of fish going from one country to another, so we mostly use the fish we have in our own oceans. I'm very lucky. I have a lot of small grocers coming to me at all times with a lot of different products, and when I find something I really need to work with, I just take a dish off and put in a new. For example, we just had beautiful sea urchins from Færøerne, islands outside of Denmark, and I had to put them on the menu. I don't get the chance again. Season is right now, so that's the way we change the menu. But what is very fun is you could maybe think that with a little bit of extravagant things like caviar, and foie gras, lobster, and all this in my restaurant, it would be the higher level of society coming to dine with us. But it's actually all classes, and that's what is very beautiful. We have those who eat out a lot, and we have those who save up money to actually go to our restaurant and spend 4 or 5 hours dining and enjoying themselves. You can compare it going to the theater or going to a big concert or stuff like that, because if you enjoy and if you're on a beautiful trip for 4 or 5 hours, then it's a little bit of the same. Of course, we do use very expensive products, and yes, that also means that the prices are quite high. All these kind of things are expensive, so we are just in the middle of Michelin prices in Copenhagen. First of all, when you get a plate in front of you, you eat with your eyes. And that's not half of it, but it's a big part of it, definitely. And it is very, very important for me that everything looks nice. You are right about our guests being very passionate. They will actually think that I have to be there. They would like me to come to their table at all times. It was hard. It was a hard startup to get people's eyes open for the good food and wine and service. But after the start, it means a lot. Everybody's walking with either with the app or the small red Michelin book, looking for good restaurants to try out. So of course, business-wise, it's very good for me, and of course, honor-wise, it's fantastic.
Why clou? What's clou mean?
A clou is actually a French word that means the top of the nail. But in Danish, you use the word as saying highlight of something. So if you say the clou of the day, means it was the highlight of the day. So clou is the highlight. So my restaurant is hopefully the highlight of my guests' day. For now, one restaurant is more than enough because the way we work is with a very big personality. So I want my personality to shine through my restaurant, and that means I have to be there a lot, actually always, when the restaurant is open.
But how difficult was it to become a Michelin chef?
I don't. There's no rules or no book of how to become a Michelin chef, and they are very secret and mysterious around how you get the star or the second or the third. So nobody knows. But for me, it was actually following my own ideas, doing food and restaurant with my personality and not following anybody else. And that would actually also be my advice to young chefs wanting to achieve something in this business is either if it's bistro or gourmet or whatever Michelin, is to never go on compromise with themselves.
What do you think of the talent? Have we got talent here, any of the chefs?
I'm sure that there's a lot of talent here in Bahrain amongst the chefs, definitely. And I can see I had the opportunity to meet with some students, very sweet young people. Was very nice to see them work as well. And one of the greatest things was I got tomatoes and cheese from the Peninsula farm with a very, very, very high standard. Actually, quite surprising high standard. So that was just great.
Wine features a lot with your food. And what's this wine pairing? What's that mean?
My interest of wine really started at a competition called the Copa Jerez. It's a Spanish competition with where you have to compete in pairing sherry and food. And in 2013, I actually won this competition as a rookie, competing against restaurants with 3 stars and 2 stars in the Michelin guide. And after that, it has been the way of working, actually finding the wine before making the dish. It's a total opposite way of working. But luckily enough, I don't have a sommelier to fight. I make the wine matches myself, so that's quite easy. As I said, we have a lot of very small and nice grossists who comes all the time with nice products, also wine. So we do quite a lot of wine tastings over a week.
Could you consider wine a course? One of the courses. You've got 7 courses, 8 courses.
Oh, yeah, that's a very good question. Yeah. Some wines are that complex and that beautiful that they can stand perfectly well alone. But I prefer to have a dish for the wines. I am the caviar king of Denmark. I love caviar. There's always caviar on some of our dishes. And with caviar, you don't need a little bit, you need a lot. And that's the same with truffles and the same with lobster and stuff like that. You don't want a small amount, you need a big amount.
Is a chef an artist, do you think?
The chef is definitely an artist, definitely. It is a good way to express yourself. It's a good way to come really, really close to people or your guests.
Do you always like your product? Do you like when you're in the kitchen? Do you ever get this?
I would never. It's too long hours, too long days to be making something that you're not happy with or you're not proud of.
What do you eat at home?
Oh, what do I eat at home? This is really embarrassing, but I actually eat a lot of takeaway.
This is Geg Hopkins for the Who Does What.tv crew at the Capital Club Bahrain.